That is great to see ladies that pick back from the years and show you that yes, they may be aged as of now, but they still remember the years gone by. Maybe at school, for example, Helen Nachimuli, arguably the best player on the Uganda women's team, parliamentary team, and captain from Gayaza Vocation. No, Our Lady of Good Counsel. Gayaza is where she went to school back in the days. She's played volleyball back in the years, and now she's reliving what she played back in the years. And you could see that clearly it's good for her and good for the team that she's available and has played this sport before, because she was the one reminding others about simple things like rotation, because there is rotational foul in in volleyball, and if there's a rotational foul you lose a point. So she was the one reminding colleagues that now from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 and again and again and again when the rotation comes.
All right, we're getting ourselves ready for the big game coming up. It's the East Africa Legislative Assembly up against Team Uganda, and that is in the men's category. We're going to be breaking it down for you. And Barnes, I guess you have the lineup with you.
Why don't we let Peter Tai, the maestro, take up that? Because Peter Tai is well versed with these things. He knows everyone and each of them, one by one, where they stay, live and eat. Peter Tai.
All right, Peter.
Very good morning. Those who have just joined in, we're very glad to actually be here to make sure that you actually follow the commentary wherever there is, and hopefully you'll be able to enjoy all there is to enjoy in today's clash. It is a battle between Uganda against Iyala. So this game is one of those matches supersede everything we can talk about in the men's category, and we can say there is a lot to actually come from here. We'll begin this with the national anthem, then from there we'll be possibly going down to a mouth-watering clash here in Lugogo. I'm not alone. I'll be joined by John Ban Sentamu together with Sem Puma, and we'll be going down to the anthems first.
Please rise to the anthem.
Mungu twaomba unilinde Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
Uganda.
All right, there we go. We have a battle between Uganda up against Iyala. You can say much to actually talk from this clash here between these two sides, and hopefully by the end of the day we'll be able to celebrate togetherness in regards to sport. Just reminding you that when you look at games in particular, we expect over 3 MPs here, but unfortunately some of the MPs did not turn up. Some of the countries did not actually turn up for the event, and we expect that maybe we'll be able to have the action going on to another level. It's one of those matches you sit back and witness some greatness in terms of sport. And of course on your screen over there you did see the MPs from Uganda very much gearing up for a game of serious magnitude. They did actually see the ladies going to win the game. Well, the ladies team actually were victorious in game number 1 today, getting the best of Rwanda. Now the men from Uganda will actually be playing against the Iyala MPs. And we have to say that the volleyball side of Uganda has actually been very much outstanding, especially in the recent events that were actually hosted in very many areas. Mwanza, we have been there. Juba has been there. Also, not forgetting Bujumbura has also been one of those areas that has been playing host to the EALA matches. This is the second time that Uganda is hosting the competition. The last time we did host was actually way back in 2019, and Uganda went on to sweep most of the gold medals in that. And preferably, if you look at Team Uganda in 2019 when they hosted, they had a very good lineup, and by then the Speaker of Parliament was Honorable Kadaga, was actually the one in charge of that. But for now, it is a different quest for the EALA. We have seen some of the fans standing up in number. The referees are very much beaming with that kind of confidence to actually give us a very, very good game here. Well, tomorrow action will be down at the Nelson Mandela Stadium, where we will be having the athletics taking part, and hopefully maybe the legs of athletes from Uganda, like of course Honorable Achom Joan Alubo, who has actually been very outstanding in terms of 100 meters, will be checked on. That is for tomorrow. So all that will be coming in tomorrow. So today we have volleyball in place, and we are just waiting to see how far the match will be getting underway. Let's have a look at the lineup of the Ugandan side that you see on your screen. We have Honorable Mbwa Tekamwa, who's actually the captain. He comes all the way from Igara West. Then, of course, shot number 18 is Nicholas Kamara, a doctor from Kabale Municipal. Then Lagen David from Agago constituency. Not forgetting John Faith Magolo, who is also a doctor coming in from Bukoka. Then Peter Okello is also here. Lorik Francis and Silas Ogon, who comes from Kumi Municipality, also available. And Batam Ben Koryang, all available to make sure that they give us a game of a serious magnitude. So the Speaker of the East African Parliament in blue over there yesterday went on to confirm that possibly we would be able to have the next edition of the games being played in Somalia, and hopefully maybe that will be one of those matches to look out for. This competition, this quest, has the athletes also taking part in tug of war. And not forgetting yesterday, the Ugandan Parliament actually got the best of Burundi in football, beating them by 4-1. And one member of Parliament all the way from Katikamu was very, very outstanding on the night, scoring 3 goals, a hat-trick. On your screen over there are the members of Parliament from EALA. And they are also very much ready to give us one of those matches and also give the Ugandans a run for their money. And for the members of Parliament all the way from EALA, we have Kanim Ichega, and also not forgetting Maribona, Clement Masangabat, Thor Gion Gatan, Nkuruzinza Olivia, Ayoson Mokilia Kennedy, Job Kim Guy Roth, and Seranda Gerald, together with Ali Machano, all available to actually play. If you look at the EALA side, it's predominantly dominated by South Sudan. I think it's because of the height. And for South Sudan, it's Ayason Mokilia Kennedy, one of those to look out for. Then also Diop Kim Gai Roth is also another from South Sudan. And also Thior Gideon Gatan, also from South Sudan. Only one Kenyan, by the way, making the lineup for EALA. And that's shot number 7, Kanini Icheka, is the only Kenyan over there. And for Uganda, the only person that you can actually talk about here is one that actually will be giving others a run. Seranda Gerald is the only Ugandan on the lineup here for the EALA side. Well, just waiting for the referee to actually get us underway, the umpire. But also not forgetting I have Sempuma together with John Van Sentano here joining us for the broadcast.
It's really nice having the legislators coming through to stretch and probably prove to us that they can also do something sporty. And I feel Uganda is a team that is really going to come out victorious. Taking a look at the way the guys have really stretched and warmed up, they've given me hope. Bans, what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. And you think that this is good for camaraderie. The theme for this year's East African Parliamentary Games is one region, one community, advancing integration through parliament and sport.
So it is Pamoja.
Yeah, it's absolutely Pamoja. And you know, Pamoja comes up for us again in a few years. In a few months, we shall be back with Pamoja big time when the AFCON comes to East Africa in 2027. But these guys have showed you that, one, they've been training so hard to get themselves ready. There's something in the Olympic family, Olympism, the Olympic values. Olympic values are based on 3 major principles. There is excellence, friendship, and respect. But aside of those three, there is what they call balance between body, mind, and soul. If you balance between body, mind, and soul, that means you're wholly growing. Physical fitness. Then there's what they call the joy of effort. You will lose games, but you've put in so much effort, and you enjoy the fact that yes, we lost, but there's some effort that we put in to lose games. It's the reason as why such a games are in place. Not that there is heavy competition around these games. No, these guys are competing in a very, very friendly manner.
Share a picture for the viewer when it comes to the tactics of Coach Bachu. I think he's been around for some time in volleyball, and I think he's proven beyond reasonable doubt.
I think if there's any coach in Uganda who is older than me in terms of journalism and he in coaching, it must be Rafi Bachu. I arrived in journalism around mid-2000s, and he was the coach at various clubs in Uganda, and especially he's a good one at grassroots, and now he's up at the top where it matters the most, because many of these gentlemen, the MPs, are not into this competitively. They're into this for leisure. But that is Rafi Bachu for you, and you know he's got man-handling skills that enable him go through every phase of life that arrives him to levels of coaching the parliamentary team. I'll tell you one thing, it's very, very, very profitable. You go ask anyone who knows Sadiq Wassa, formerly at KCCA football club in the past, KCCFC in the past, and many other guys, they will tell you that they would rather coach parliament than maybe getting attached to any club in Uganda, because it's very, very profitable. Rafi Bachu is witness to that.
All right, let's take you back to the commentary box where Pilotai is going to break down for you action.
Well, indeed, thank you very much, John. That is John Van Sentamo and Sempuma for the analysis over there. Love the spirit of Olympism that John Van Sentamo actually brought into this, and hopefully maybe the spirit of Olympism can actually continue to supersede here tonight as the Parliament of Uganda plays against Iyala, and hopefully we'll be able to have a very, very good result. If you're just joining us, by the way, this is the second match of the day, where the ladies from Uganda were were actually victorious against the ladies of Rwanda. Well, they actually managed to win that 3-0. That was a very, very good result over there for that is Team Uganda. On your screen is Iyala, and led there by Marin Bona, shot number 5. Not forgetting shot number 2 is Theor Gideon Gatan. The Yala member all the way from South Sudan will be trying very much to get things moving. But look at the height of that man on the net there. And that is Diop Kim Gai Wat, who actually also comes from South Sudan. So you can say that it's an element of a skill up against the height, together with the determination in regards to the game proper here. Waiting for the referee, or the umpire, they normally call him in, that is the game of volleyball, to get us underway. And you can see him very much there trying to make sure that all is okay prior to everything actually going on. Just a little bit of a slight delay before we can actually go down to the game proper. It's a Sunday morning, and you can say that just a few have turned up for this one, and hopefully maybe they'll be able to get things moving on here. Yeah, it could be an element of prayers being a Sunday. I'm being told that it's an element of prayers, but trust me, the first game began as early as about 9 a.m. in the morning. Some of these fans have been here from 9 a.m. in the morning, and they've tried as much as possible to keep time and also try and come down and give a lot of support to their sides. Yeah. Well, Uganda's lead man today is the usual Biarwangas, the one in charge of making sure that all goes on, and we'll be able to have our very first serve off. And it will be subbed off by Silas Augon, all the way from Kumi Municipality, will be the one to actually serve us underway here. Long from Silas, and ball just easily glides out, and that's the first point there for Iyala members of parliament. The member of parliament all the way from Kumi Municipality, Silas Augon, serves it out. And now the sub will be changing over to Iyala, will be the one to get us underway on the other side. Big sub by Ichega Kanani, and also it's a foul. And it looks like the point has been given to Uganda. It's a foul sub. It looks like Kanini Achega, all the way from Iyala, together with Silas from Uganda, failing to actually have a very good sub in here. Now, members of parliament from Uganda serving soft. Okelo Peter. That was a very good sub from him. And back again to Okello, flipped him back, and now sent him through. Oh, a little bit of a gamble there, and that would be point for the members of parliament of Uganda. Yeah, good start. Very, very good start for Team Uganda. Some bit of confusion going on there for the Iala members of parliament. Still looking a little bit confused, but it will be a sub for jersey number 11, Clement. Well, not actually Clement, but Okello Peter. Okello Peter will try and get this going through. It's ball for him. That's going to be his second sub of the morning. Simple sub there from Okello. And there's a bit of a problem again. And it's out. Well, it looks like there is another person with a whistle here, and that is getting us a little bit confused, but the point will be going on to Uganda. And from the look at this score, it is 3-1 in favor of Uganda, and Okello Peter will be the one to try and deliver this yet again. But we can say very, very good start here from both sets, especially for members of parliament from Uganda. Another gamble. Point will be for Uganda. Uganda beginning this really well. Semfuma.
Yes, true. When you look at the performance of the server right there, Okello Peter is one of the best when it comes to the issue of the serve. So we are still taking a look at the spikes. I haven't seen spikes come through from Batikamwa, but I feel he could be one of the best players right there on that court.
Oh, very good one. Very good serve. The spike is in. Unfortunately, the referee will award that point to the Ugandans. Yeah, they look very composed, really very, very much composed. That is Team Uganda. And you can say that for Team Uganda, the shot number 11, Okello Peter, has been very much dominant. Another simple serve from him. Will be a serve out. It's actually off the hands of jersey number 3, Batumpen Koryang. And just gives the pass. And that will be a ball here for the Iala members of parliament to try and actually win themselves. Right now it's 2 for Iala and 5 for Uganda. Big serve from Iala. Good composure from the Ugandan side. The spike is good, but it's actually got back, and it's still in the path of Iala. They're winning it. Unfortunately, Parliament of Uganda does well. Another gamble in the other side. Point Uganda. Yeah, there we go. And now it will be a change of service. Honorable Mbua Chekamwa will be the one coming in, the member of parliament from Igara West. Let's see his service. Big serve. Unfortunately, not rich enough to actually get something from here from Honorable Mbua.
Taking a look at what I expected from him, taking a look at his ability when it comes to the issue of spiking, I thought he would serve that one better. But Coach Bachu needs to probably work upon the services of the Uganda players, because I feel serving is one of the elements that are really haunting them.
And also given away by Batumpen Koryang. Just gives that ball away. And it will be now point for Iala. They are closing in. It's actually 4 for Iala and 6 for the members of parliament from Uganda. Service to be brought in by one of the tallest players. Unfortunately, well, Thor Gideon Gattan just fails to make a service. It actually goes out. Nicholas with that serve. Simple it will be. It's cut back through. And they'll be looking to spike on this, to going for that. And it's the ball in, and point for Uganda.
Great vision there. Great vision, because when you get into that very first part of the court, you need to have your eyes on the ball every moment the ball is served. And Uganda also need to utilize all the 3 touches that they need, more so when they are being when they are receiving the ball from a serve from the Iala side.
Yeah, for Team Uganda, it has actually been points for Nicholas Kamara, the doctor from Kabale municipality, joining on shot number 18, and the crowd is actually loving this, keeping an eye on how things are moving on here tonight in regards to tonight's volleyball match. And Dr. Nicholas Kamara will be the one to try and sub, but there is a timeout that has been called by the members of parliament of Iala. John Barnes.
Of course, they had nothing to do, because they're losing 4-10 this first set here. And it's good to see Uganda that Coach Rafi Bachu has taught his players that they can process the ball pretty well. They utilize the 3 touches that are allowed in this game of volleyball. If you're watching for the very first time, volleyball is played by 6 people, either men or women. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are the positions, and they rotate clockwise throughout the game. The only person who doesn't rotate and go into the center attack areas, who doesn't go near the net, is the libero, the guy who will come on for either of the teams, putting on a different kit.
All right,
There
we go. John Van Sentamu, thank you very much. A sub will be brought in, and the doctor himself will deliver this. Nicholas Kamara, all the way from Kabale Municipality. Big one. That's a very, very big one. And got back by Iyala, trying to take that ball deep through. Defended really well, and good play towards there by Bachum Ben. It's still lingering around on behalf of Team Uganda, and they look to have given that ball out. It's points for the Iyala members of Parliament. Well, I think ever since they actually got that timeout, they seem to be well organized and coming back into this one. Oh, that's a poor serve. That's a very, very poor serve, and just goes out for Uganda now to try and collect the points. John Faith Magolo, doctor. Big one from Magolo. Iyala winning that ball fair and square. Good shot towards from the half of the attack. It's a bit of a trip ball, and it's a point. Good one. Batum Ben Koryank right there to make sure that all goes well. John Faith Magolo again to try and drop that ball heavy in. Well, his spikes have been really good there. Magolo. Oh, clever play, but Magolo was standing really well. Put back for service. Magolo again. And looks like the ball is in. And that will be a point for Uganda. Yeah, good one there from Nicholas Kamara, the doctor. And he's really, really playing well. Well, ever since shot number 18, Nicholas Kamara, went onto the serving side, Uganda's been on the getting, and compared to Iyala, that has actually been on the receiving side. Batum Ben Koryank, heavy one. And it's actually won back here by Iyala. Back into the spiking area. Good attack. It's cut back, and it's another point for Uganda Parliament. They're doing well, really, really doing well. Silas Ogon, well, he's very much charged up. Really, really charged up. Well, Uganda have actually managed to win 5 points in a row. That's really, really good. Ever since we did see Batum Ben Koryan going on to the serving side. They've been doing well. That's another point for Silas Ogon, the Member of Parliament from Kubi Municipality. He's actually, at one time, he was the captain over the Uganda Volleyball Parliamentarian side.
You know, in a game of football, I think we would define him as Didier Drogba, because he has really scored the points. He has managed to scoop a couple of them. I love the way he finishes, and I love the way he's utilizing the space next to the net.
Another serve coming in. Big one there. Oh, another point. John Faith Magolo, he's actually very, very good. He has been collecting those points for the members of Parliament of Uganda, and they look very sharp. Big spike in. Oh, bouncing right in front of them, and that is 1 point that they will be able to look at that. It was Job Kim Guy just failing to get on that, and the supporters of the Parliament of Uganda in the mood of cheering, led by Biaruhanga, a man there with the Uganda flag. Another huge ball by Batum Ben, trying to go for the loose delivery. Good setting and good delivery, but it's actually brought back yet again. Another set, big spike off the man, cut back, free ball that will be. Still in the hands of the Ugandan defense to attack. Good spike, and it's a spike out. Huge one. Silas Ogon from Kubi Municipality is really killing them.
I told you Silas Odong is one of the biggest playmakers we have on that court, and we cannot be disappointed seeing him being one of the best players of this championship. However, coming into this 15th edition, we are waiting to see whether Uganda can still be a champion by the time we close up the championship.
Well, when you talk about the championship, Uganda have actually been very much dominant in the last couple of 3 events. And you can actually see that the mere fact that they are home, they are giving everything to make sure Silas scores deep in. And they still protected really well. And that's another point for Silas Ogon for Uganda Parliament. Just the number 9 is on fire tonight.
The people of Kumi should be celebrating at the moment, having a gentleman of that caliber, a sporty and a legislator is
Yes.
not something very easy, having all aspects.
Yeah,
in
you have
one
to admit.
person.
You have to admit that when it comes down to, of course, such kind of games here, you need to have played it before in order to actually still remember and play it as a member of parliament. So these guys here are really showing us that they do not only legislate, but they can also entertain.
We need to see more talent coming from Kumi, more so in the volleyball sector.
Trust me, when you talk about Kumi and volleyball, they are very, very good. There is a competition that Uganda volleyball clubs normally play in Kumi. I keep on forgetting the name of that volleyball competition in Kumi, but John Van Center will remind us about the volleyball competition in Kumi that they normally play. There was a very
Aporu Akol.
Yeah, thank you very much. Aporu. Yes, the Aporu competition in Kumi. So when you see Augon playing well, he actually comes from the home of volleyball in Uganda. Yeah, that's it. That's it for my man. But the point has actually been given away on the other side, so it will be members of Iyala. A good defense for Uganda, and that's a shot that actually goes picking away, but the cutback is good, and it's a point for Uganda. Yeah, simple. Let's have a look at the board. It's 23-6. I really don't think if there will be a catch-up for the members of Parliament of Iyala, and a timeout has been called in. Timeout has been actually called in here.
Uganda has not conceded again. If you to use to borrow from football, it has not conceded again from when they were leading 5-10, and it's now just 2 points away from winning this first set. They're leading 5-23, and I think that's simply awesome and good. They play very, very good volleyball.
So basically, you can say that if it's tennis, we are actually serving for game point here.
Yeah,
because
no,
it's 23.
1 point away from game point.
1 point away from game point.
Game point, yeah, one away from game point.
Okay.
Because they will stop at 25.
At 25.
Yeah.
1 point away from game point. So it's actually 22-6. Semfuma, you've actually enjoyed your volleyball here.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying the volleyball. I wonder why the Iyala side does not introduce David Siranda. I think he knows better how to go up against Team Uganda, but I think the coach is planning something else. But David Siranda, the only gentleman from Uganda who is representing on Team Iyala, the East Africa Legislative Assembly team, I think they are waiting to probably bring him on the court by the second or third quarter, but he's one of those players that we really need to see coming to save the Iyala side.
Yeah, so for Uganda right now, it is service coming through for Batum Ben Koriank. Big ball in by Batum, and he wins the points for Uganda. And that's now one of those points that could actually bring joy on the first quarter for Team Uganda Parliament. 23-6. I don't see any catch-up right now. Batum Ben Koriank. Big spike, big ball, and good reception. And that's another point for Uganda. Oh boy, he has served that one. Batum Ben Koriank, wonderful serving that he has.
Yeah,
Just only 1 point, just 1 point.
Ben Koriang and Silas from Kumi have really been outstanding. I've loved the fact that these two gentlemen have been very outstanding in terms of performance. But just like I told you earlier, Team Uganda need to regulate the power they use when serving. You know, the services are really too hard. Maybe the coach worked upon issues of spikes more than energy regulation.
Yeah, there we go. Now Uganda on the defensive side, Iyala on the attack, and they've just served that outside. And there you go. And that's the end of the first quarter. And Uganda winning this one by 7-25. Good play. Very, very good play for the MPs from Uganda.
Yeah, the first set has been dominated by Team Uganda, and John Barnes is ready to give us some bit of analysis because he's been following up on the two sides. Barnes, I've really loved the fact that Team Uganda has great coordination, but what do you think is lacking in the East Africa Legislative Assembly side?
There's nothing lacking. Uganda is simply awesome. At times, a team, we make mistakes as when we're doing analysis. Uganda is simply awesome. They're doing everything right. The only mistake they are making for me, if the Iyala Parliament actually realizes, the backcourt is pressing in so hard and leaving some space at the back. If they can only notice that and play them at the back, then they will draw them a little backward and they will struggle as Uganda. But as it stands, Mwatekama and team are leading from the front. Team captain, fantastic, I think.
Talking about the officiation, we've seen gentlemen coming from the Uganda Volleyball Association.
Volleyball Federation.
Federation. Sorry about that one. We've seen the umpires coming from the Uganda Volleyball Federation, and I think they've tried to give us the best of officiation.
Absolutely, and much credit to one we work with, Jethro Kasaiji. Jethro Kasaiji is the head of referees at Uganda Volleyball Federation. Jethro Kasaiji, if you're watching Uganda Broadcasting Corporation TV, you must be a big fan. He's the lad that reads for you Luganda News. UBC Rero at 7 p.m. on some of those days, and is the host of that program that happens every Monday, I think 8:30 to 9, called The Front Bench. So he's the head of the referees here, and you know, he's a man who pays attention to every small detail. He would love his name to be soiled in controversy because of a game like this.
For Coach Bachu, taking a look at the squad we've had in the first set of the fixture, does he really need to have any changes coming through as we head into the second set?
No, we first of all, it's a world-renowned cliche that don't change a winning team, even for games that happen a day after. Now, if your first 6 are playing pretty well, maintain them at that. Take a 2-set lead. Maybe in the third set you can alternate and bring in a couple of fringe players to just get a feel of the occasion, because each one of them has got to account for his constituents, especially now that we're heading into an election, because he will go down there to the villages of wherever he will go to, and they're watching, of course, on UBC, and we'll tell them that I play sport, and they'll ask me, which sport? We've not seen you. So it's very important. It gives each one of them a chance to appear.
And for Team Iyala, we need to see them also come to the party and give us some bit of competition. You know, it is not very good for a team to come through to simply participate. We need to see them give us the competition. How should they better up their performance?
One thing we've got to tell Ugandans out there is that Iyala is a combination of several members from the East African community that form the East African Legislative Assembly. So it's a combination of guys that from Uganda, from Kenya, from Tanzania, from everywhere around the East African community that make up this team. You don't expect them to be very, very strong. I do not think. If you face a team like Kenya, you'll expect stiff competition, because all of them are coming from a rich volleyball playing nation, and they'll put their energies together and create resistance against Uganda when that game actually comes up, I think.
Are you making me think it is a sure win for Team Uganda?
Unless there's a miracle of earth-shattering proportions.
Getting ourselves ready for set 2, and Pirotai is ready as we head into set 2. He's into the commentary box, smiling ear to ear after seeing Uganda performing to the best of
you guys are just amusing me in terms of your analysis over there. I just love the flow coming in from John Ban Sentamo. Actually, he's one gentleman who has followed the sport of volleyball, not only volleyball, but he's one man who is very much into the thick of things when it comes down to sport. Yesterday he was actually down with netball, and now today he's here, and athletics, you'll actually get him there. So he is one of the reasons why he's one of the media guys in the Uganda Olympic
By
Committee.
the way, athletics is coming up tomorrow.
I am the chairperson of the Uganda Olympic Committee Media Commission.
Yeah, there you go, there you go. Yeah, there you go. So he's one man who actually follows this very much. But right now, it is, well, service for Team Uganda, because they're the ones that managed to win. And Iyala look a little bit confused. They've brought in shot number 11, and that's none other than all right, let's actually confirm Clement Musangabat. He's the one who's dipped through, trying to make sure that all goes well. So you can say that the attacking line right now for the Iyala side is being dominated by Olivier, together with the member from South Sudan, Diop Kim Gai Rout. He's basically the tallest man on your court right now. But service will be for the members of parliament from Iyala. Have actually been given the mantle to try and serve this tip in if they actually can get something. Big service from Kenini Ichega from Kenya, and it's cut back in really well. Very, very good play, and sent back rolling. Iyala trying to be protected. Good spike, very, very good jump, and good leap. That's a double touch, and that will be a point for Uganda. Unfortunately for the Iyala members, Member of Parliament Diop Kim Gai Rout, all the way from South Sudan, not utilizing his height well to try and get that ball. Service back really good. Olivier, ooh, the serve and the spike from Diop Kim Gai, failing to get through. He's got the height, but unfortunately he doesn't have the spring power to drop that ball inside. Service through. Nkurunziza, a little bit of a neck through, and that's the point. That's going to be a Oh, it's actually still on play, surprisingly, how it was. It's actually put back by Nelito Olivier. That's a free ball for Uganda. Here goes the spike. Oh, it's actually put back really well. Good defense from Iyala. Another option, spike good. Defended really well. Free ball, Uganda. They'll be trying to cushion it well. Spike is good. Spike is good. Good power on that one. Sankuma.
Yeah, I thought the ball had hit the line, and it should have been a point for Team Uganda.
Oh,
but the umpire
it actually went out.
Yeah, but the umpire thinks otherwise.
Yeah, it was a very good spike, really, but not the right one that we had thought of. Service. Oh, that's a poor serve. That's a very poor serve there from the Iyala Member of Parliament. Now, it's a turnover for Uganda right now to try and actually get hold of this. They are the ones on the lead by 3-1. Just like the ladies, they find it very comfortable here. Good reception. Sent in there by Diop. Little pass by Olivier. Oh, not the best of sets coming in from John Faith Magolo. It's pushed in. Oh, they have to put those points there. Realize that right now, the Iyala Members of Parliament are a little bit in front and they're leaving their back exposed. And that's exactly what the Members of Parliament of Uganda are doing. Put the ball at the back.
Yeah, they've left a lot of space at the back of the court, and it is really costing them. Remember, the blind side of any court could be a cost when it comes to the issue of scooping points. Great service coming through right there, and let's see what these guys have to offer.
Olivier does well. Defended well by Team Uganda, and that's a point that will actually go the other side, and ball will be for the Iyala Members. Yeah, they're closing in right now. Just a difference of 2. It's 4 for Uganda and 2 to the Iyala MPs. Well, the Iyala actually have their headquarters all the way in Arusha, that is Tanzania. That's where their headquarters are. And another point for Team Uganda, Olivier Nkuruzinza. Just failing to keep that ball on play, the player all the way from Rwanda, Iyala member from Rwanda, honorable member from Rwanda. Remember that Iyala is actually represented by countries and not, of course, by constituencies. It's countries, Uganda, Kenya. Compared to, that is Uganda, that actually has Igara West, Kabale Municipal, Agago, all in here.
Surely, because Uganda is represented at the Iyala stage by David Siranda.
Yes.
Siranda is the man right there, and I'm waiting for him
just
to be
the number
given a
1. He has not yet come in. He is not yet coming, but again, easy point for Uganda to get.
And I think it's the closest that the East African Parliament has come to this game, but they're still trailing. They're much better improved side in this second quarter. They seem to be formidable, but trust Uganda. I know they will pull through. Mbwatekama is on top form.
Oh, good reception. Put in really well. All defended well by Iyala. Could be a loose ball here, and so could be another point for, that is the Members of Parliament from Uganda. Well, service it will be. Big serve there. John Faith Magolo, one of those players who has actually been on the good serving. Well, the chase is on. Cut back by Nicholas Kamara. Free ball that was given back to Iyala. Defended well. Good defense. Very, very good defense. And it's your number 3, Patom Ben Koryang, really playing that defensive role. He's doing well. Really, really doing well. Service. Poor. It's a very poor serve this time round. It's out for a point for Iyala. Yeah, when you look at the supporters who have turned up right now on one side, some of the Members of Parliament are taking the opportunity of this, and I can actually see some of their supporters joining on their, their campaign shots, and they're doing well here, giving the crowd. That's a point for Uganda. Unfortunately, the defense of Kanini Ichega, the Iyala member from Kenya, just failing to do his role in defense. The shot number 7. Look at the gap. Oh, actually, we're having a stopping point here for Uganda. Big serve. A good defense. Put back there by Achega. Back in play. Good flip in by Okello Pizza. Oh! Off the net for a point. And Iyala members are in trouble here. They're trailing by 10-3. Look at that defense of Uganda. All standing tall. Big serve. Good defense. Good setting. Free ball. It's a Iyala point. 10-4.
I really love the coordination in Team Uganda. They put their political differences aside and they are serving the nation in the bracket.
Yeah. When you come to sport, there is actually no political element in sport. That's why normally when you go to sport like football, they tell you, "Oh, what a flip!" But unfortunately, the umpire called that for carrying. That was a carry, but it was one awesome one there. But unfortunately, there was a carry on
the
that.
The umpire has been spot on.
Yeah, he is spot on, but again, he carried it. Yeah, in Uganda they call it okusitura. Yeah, okuyola. Oh, again, what a poor communication from Ichega Kanene, and he has given that ball out to the members of parliament from Uganda. Like I was telling you that when you talk about football, they will tell you don't mix politics, not politics actually, but there is that element of politics. You can't mix it in sport. You don't go to court, of law on the local side in football. Oh, good one, good push, very, very good ball there from the member of parliament, Joachim Guy Rots from South Sudan. He's now using his brain to actually get the points for South Sudan. Okay. 11-6. It's almost half-point match here. Good play from Gatan. Oh, unfortunately, they just cannot lift that one inside. Another 3 points for members of parliament of Uganda. Really doing well. John Van Centum was actually doing most of the statistical calculations of this one here.
Yeah, you've got to keep Ugandans really updated. Ugandans don't deal in Parapase, in Worokoso.
Parapase. Yeah. Those are very new words that you're actually dropping into the game of volleyball right now. Ugandans don't deal in Parapase. Yeah. Oh, what a shot. And that would be a point. There was no one to cover that.
What
really.
A block by Mbatekama.
Yeah, but again,
it is one of the best performances I've seen so far.
Normally, the rules of volleyball are very simple. Yeah. When your colleagues go to block, you have to cover up. You have to play cover. Unfortunately, when you don't play cover, then the opposition will use that to their advantage. And there you go, another point for the members of parliament of Uganda.
I think Uganda is having a very easy one. In football, we usually call it a walkover.
This can't be a walkover. Both teams are on the court right now.
It looks like one, because when you see the kind of performance from the opposition, it doesn't seem to be competitive. I'm really seeing a lack of proper tactics. Lots of formations are being utilized in volleyball. There is a 6-2, there is a 4-1, there is a 5-1, So I need to see the coach of the Iyala side utilizing all these tactics.
Okay, where the tactical point of 6-2 came from, I don't understand.
All those are formations. Maybe you're used to the 4-5-1 in football or the 4-4-2 in football. But here, we take a different route, more so in formations.
But as the games happen, we educate Ugandans about these games that are happening as part of the East African Community Parliamentary Games. In volleyball, there is a timeout. Every team is allowed 2 timeouts every set of 30 seconds each. It's what just happened, called by EL, of course.
Yeah, they had to call that because currently they were losing their minds in game. You realize they were giving out 3 points. And there you go again, another 3 point has just been given out. And Thor Gideon Gatan just failing to actually put his mind, the Iyala member from South Sudan. We expected actually members from Somalia, members from Sudan to be here. Unfortunately, they didn't make the trouble. And it's a serving here for Uganda. Big serve, very, very good serve and good defensive display from Iyala. It's actually brought back into the defensive side, and Honorable Mbwa Tekamwa is doing well.
I was still telling you about the formations, and here I have a chance to explain to you that a 4-2 formation can be utilized by both.
Yeah, that's 4-2 is good.
4-2.
I was still wondering where the 6-2 came from you.
The 6-2 is also in there, and it can be used by a team if at all they are dominant.
Okay. There we go. I wanted a good explanation of that one.
But for a team that is on a lower level play, like the Iyala side, they need to utilize the 4-2 because that is the better.
4 at the back and then 2 at the front.
2 at the front because they do not have a strong hitter on the court.
All right.
Maybe Peter, I need to tell Ugandans out that in case you have a week free for you, you need to join these games because it's worth coming around and enjoy and be part of these games. Tell you what, it's better to get connections in a country where opportunities are available. The guys that decide for Uganda are very, very close to us here, and you can make friends with them. It will help you in the future. Don't thank me, please.
Yeah, it's actually been a common point that has been awarded there. You realize that one of the yellow members was trying to tie his lace as the Ugandans were actually serving in, and man in question is Olivier. Good reception. Well, you have to admit, and again, good play, very, very good play. Sometimes it pays to have a very good height in volleyball, just like basketball.
Surely, shot 6, the gentleman from South Sudan, has utilized the height.
That is Yopkim Guy Rout. Yeah, Rout all the way from South Sudan.
Rout. Yeah, he needs to do more of that if at all he is to save points for that is Team Iyala.
Good one. Good placing, very, very good placing, but MPs of Uganda doing well. Good spike in, and then flip back a little, heavy punch, good save. Oh, it's cut back in play. Can they save the day? Yes, they do. Oh, and here they come again. It's still in play. Wonderful play, but unfortunately, it is a point for Iyala.
I really love the way Rout is performing right there. He makes you feel like volleyball is one of the easiest sports, because the way he's playing, it feels like he's done this before and he's ready to do this again and again.
Yeah, volleyball has actually been a traditional sport in Uganda, you have to admit, because growing up as a child, it's been volleyball played across. Most of the government actually schools had netball, football, volleyball. These games were there before. It's just of recent that the sport has not actually gained that good momentum it used to have before. But I think coming here and commentating this brings some very good feeling to the sport for me here.
But at least at the grassroots level, we've seen volleyball being played, at least at primary and secondary school level. That is one of the reasons as to why we feel this is a sport that will be promising in the near future.
Yeah.
We could see some gold medals being scooped, just like we've seen in the athletics bracket, in football, in boxing. We need to see volleyball also being supported by the government of Uganda. Taking a look at the indoor stadium, I really love the fact that we have a very nice arena that can host such a sport. But we need more of this. The government of Uganda needs to really work upon
just to bring you to speed, there is going to be a reconstruction of where we are here. The Lugogo Arena is actually going to get a very serious facelift, and I'm actually being told that the gentlemen who are doing the construction in Hoima are the ones coming to construct it.
Bisuma.
Yeah, Bisuma are coming here to do the reconstruction of this arena, the Lugogo Arena. It will be more of like
not only the arena, it's the entire complex.
The entire complex. So we're going to be having a state-of-the-art complex coming in very soon. Very, very soon. So hold your horses, hold your horses.
At least I've seen some work come through from Bisuma, and I love the way they manage time. Hope they will give us another infrastructure that will be worth watching sport and having sports disciplines in Uganda.
Well, the second quarter has actually been very good for Iyala. They have afforded to make about 11 points compared to about the 6 that they made in the other. But here they come on the defensive. Good one. Yeah, you have to admit, you have to be on court, my man. You have to be on court. And Mirambona, the Iyala member of parliament all the way from Burundi, if I'm not mistaken, the jersey number 5 from Burundi was actually caught flat-footed napping. Yeah, your focus has to be on court at all time. Good ball. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear me.
He missed that one. He missed that one. But I love the way he goes into the air. Like I told you earlier, Rout, shot 6 of the Iyala side, makes you feel it is very simple to play the sport of volleyball.
Ngwa Tekamwa from Igara West. Big service. Oh, poor delivery yet again by Marimbona from Burundi. Yeah.
These guys are making me feel they didn't get the perfect training skills. They are making me feel they didn't get the perfect time for training, and they really need to regroup. As we go for the break, as we complete the second set, they need to have a team talk that is going to bring them
there
back
you go. There you go again.
The game.
Yeah, there you go again. This time off Thor Gideon Gattan. And Gattan actually puts that ball out. It's 22 for the members of parliament from Uganda and only 11. That's half the number, by the way. Yeah. Service Uganda. Very good reception. Oh, very good push there from Diop. And Uganda trying to get that ball away from their line. Cushioned really well. Good composure. goes the spike, but it's actually short. And for Diop Kim Guy routes, well, he sees the net very close to him. And it's 23-11.
23-11 for Team Uganda. The lead is really, really nice. And what we see at the moment is the fact that Uganda made lots of preparations for this championship. And you can really see what they have to offer on the court. It emulates.
Oh, here we go. Here comes the Ugandan right now for the Yala. They've just made a substitution. And honorable member from Uganda, Siranda Gerald, is in.
Hope it doesn't become a highway.
Service Uganda. Well, Team Kenya is also here. They are waiting for their time. Well, pushed back in really well by Thor. And whose point is it? It's Iyala's. It's now 12-23. Iyala closing the gap. And Uganda still stuck on that 23. Service for the Iyala member shall be brought in by Nkurunziza Olivier. Good serve. Very good serve. Good reception. And can they get this one tipped through? Yes, they do. On the line. Ooh, there you go. Points for Uganda. The defense stands well. Batam Ben Koryank doing really well for Coach Henry Morris' side.
Yeah, it is really disappointing that team communication is really lacking for the Yellow side. You feel they have the spirit to fight on, but communication is what is really lacking in there.
Just one more. Just one more. There it is! That is just there. And that's it. That's the end of the second quarter. And we go to the first half. And that was a wonderful, wonderful ball there. It was an ace dip in. Good one. Really, really good.
All right, that is the end of the second set. And John Barnes has really been following up on whatever's been transpiring. Remember, we're having the best of 5. If Uganda come back onto the court and win set 3, it will mean an end of the game, and it will mean that Uganda have won their first game, more so in the bracket of volleyball for the men. Barnes, how has the second set fared for you?
Of course, the Yellow members improved a little because they stopped at 7 in the first set, but have come up into double digits for the second one. You think they're improving? If they are to be, if it's going to be a distinction between a petrol and a diesel car, there are diesel cars that warm up a little slower, and they seem to be coming into the groove. The only problem is that sport never waits for you to settle, because with Uganda 2-0 up and seeming to be on momentum, they are good to go. Third set, I think they're going to edge it. Mbote Kamwa is truly a great sports personality. We've had him so outspoken on the floor of Parliament, but now we also see him here, and he's doing a pretty good job in the running of the second quarter. I heard you, Peter. You and Peter discuss about increased funding to volleyball. Now, these are the guys that take the decisions for Uganda in terms of funding. It's good to see them actually come here and do the sweating. And now we know who to talk to when it comes to advocating for a bigger budget for sport in the Parliament of Uganda.
Remind Ugandans of the budget for sport more so every year. And simply remind us that we started from probably 11 billion before we headed into 18.
We've come from far off. My memory is not as clear as it ought to be, but during the running of the games, I'll come with a clear demarcation of how the budgets of Uganda have run, especially the past 40 years. But tell you what, there was a time when we hardly got 3 billion Uganda shillings as an entire sports sector. But as I speak of now, we are 40 plus, but even 40 plus is still a little rough. Of course, this year we got much more because of the Pamoja. But we need to stay up there in the trillions. Then Uganda will produce talent that will go out and shine this nation's flag far and wide.
All right, talking about volleyball still, we need to understand what you think are some of the problems that are haunting the Uganda Volleyball Federation, besides the monies.
First of all, the new law now emphasizes that if it's a federation, it's going to spread across the country. Now, that spread across the country is going to answer a pertinent question of that getting the perfect talent for the sport. If you look around, Mbote Kamwa is really impressing me a lot, because he's not that man full of height, but the way he's commanding the net area shows you that maybe in his region where he comes from, we can go in there and tap talent that has a background of volleyball. But look at it this way: you look at the heights of other guys that play volleyball in this country. You think those are the guys where we've got to go to Karamoja, where the guys are tall and lanky, because there are some disciplines in sport that are supposed to be for people that are tall. Volleyball is one of them. If you're tall and talented, you're simply good to go.
How best can Uganda win this one in a nutshell? Because I think it's only one set for them. If at all they win, they will be walking away triumphant. How best can they win it? We haven't seen a couple of substitutions coming through. What do you think the coach is trying to tell the players right there?
I'm sure Rafi, the one I know, as calm as ice, is telling them that please just do whatever you've done from the first to the second quarter, in the third quarter. Don't get overly excited, because in sport, it's never over till it actually is.
I've seen him really enjoying his job. He is only talking to the guys for a minute and letting them also have their fun. I think they're out there having lots of fun.
He has a captain. You know, captains are supposed to be assistant coaches. He has a captain in Mbotekamwa who does a good job for him. He's a good player and he knows what to tell the players to do.
All right. First and second set, we've seen great performances from Oketo Peter, and that is shot number 11 for Team Uganda. Then Mbotekamwa team shot number 2 from Team Uganda, and not forgetting Silas Ago, who's also been a very outstanding, and Ben Koryang. He's also been one of the best players. Let me take you back to the commentary box where Peter Tai is waiting for set number 3.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, John Van Sentamo. Thank you very much. And it's one of those matches that you come down. There is a lot to actually play here. And we're just waiting to see how far we can kill on this Team Uganda on the very, very good rolling side. Service it will be. Waiting for that serve. Yeah, still waiting on this to actually come through.
Good turn up from the fan. We enjoy this one. It is a great turn up, and we hope that for all the other disciplines, we have athletics, we have golf, we have football, netball, and volleyball right here, tug of war also.
Yeah.
And we've got that for the people with disabilities.
Yeah.
So we shall be enjoying all of those free of charge. Come through, enjoy for as long as you cannot watch on TV. Come through to the venue and enjoy.
All right, service coming in now for the Ugandan side. It's a big ball from the Member of Parliament from Kumi. And look at his celebration over there. He has actually won one. He's that kind of comedian when it comes down to the volleyball setup here. But again, good spiking from Silas Ogon from Kumi Municipality. Wonderful start in the second half and of course third quarter for Team Uganda. Silas. Another long ball from him. And it goes out for another point for Uganda. Like I normally say, he actually comes from the number one sport of volleyball in Uganda. Kumi, regarded very highly in terms of volleyball.
Absolutely, no doubt about that. George Aporu is one of those that has the latest to come out of that area. He's represented Ugandan volleyball pretty well, and that region as well.
Good connection. They're trying to drop that ball deep through. Iyala members on the defensive side right now. They're looking to go hard. They win the ball again, free and square. It's brought back. Good defense from Uganda. Good setup. Big spike off the post, and it's actually still through, and that's a point. Yeah, off the net was a very good roll on that net, and that's a point for Team Uganda. They are celebrating. Nicholas Kamara, the doctor from Kabale Municipality, he's on. He's doing really well.
Yeah, good performance from Nicholas Kamara, but Mbotekamwa set out. He's really giving Uganda the run for our money, because he respected our time. The mere fact that we came through to support, he's giving us the best of performances. And for the fans out there, I want to thank everybody that has come through to watch Team Uganda and all the other nations that are featuring in this one.
Yeah, very good. Good pass. And that's a little bit of a loose pass over there. And that's a ball that it's actually very good to see my members of parliament from where I come from here.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's very, very good to see
them.
Send
greetings. Send greetings to all of them.
I will see them a little bit later. We shall see them later. Good spike, but it's actually out. Nicholas Kamara, the doctor, just failing to get that in. It's out for Iyala ball. Yeah. Service from Iyala. Back into defense right now, looking to get on the attack. Defended well by Uganda. Another big one from the doctor. Wins that point. Nicholas Kamara, good one. Really, really good. Super play. Very, very good play from Parliament of Uganda. 3-4, just a 1 point game. Just a 1 point game it is, 3-4. Well, service right now will be by Okello Peter. That's a soft one there from Okello Peter. Sometimes it pays to actually go with precision instead of power. Peter Okello. Oh, something of a gamble there between those two members of Parliament from Uganda. The block cannot reach. Defended really well. Big spike. It's a free ball coming here. Or received really well by the members of Parliament from Uganda. Could be going for that spike. Big ball. And it's out. Umpire gives that for Uganda.
There is very nice decision making in there. Good communication. When you take a look at the three players on the net for Team Uganda, Mbote Kamwa, then Honorable Nicholas Kamara, and also talking about that is Honorable Magolo.
Block
Good performance there.
Yeah, that's a block for Uganda. That's a wonderful play for Team Uganda.
Good performance on the net.
Very, very good. Very, very good. Here they go again. Nicholas. Oh, actually it was Okello Peter. Soft touch. Well, I have to nickname Okello right now. He's the kind of member of Parliament with that soft touch of a serve. So I'll call him Mr. Soft Touch. Yeah. And another soft touch there. Good block. Very, very good block. Point Uganda.
Yeah, and you, like Mike said a few minutes ago, it's really eye-catching. We are watching a good game of basketball, volleyball. Yes, Iyala is not as strong as the Ugandan Parliament. It's a timeout called by the Iyala coach, and Coach Rafi gets another chance. I like Rafi. His team is leading and comfortable, but it takes nothing for chance. Not resting on his laurels and keeping emphasizing with these guys that yes, guys, we are winning, but you're costing us points that we shouldn't be conceding. That is good for Uganda, especially going forward, because we know there are better teams than Iyala that are coming up for us.
All right.
Yeah, currently Uganda leads by 8-3, and this is the third quarter. So, the third set rather. My apologies, I don't know. Basketball is on my mind. It's the third set. It's the third set, not quarter. Third set in the second half. A win for Uganda will actually give them the match.
100%, because it's the best of 5, and if Uganda can manage to walk away 3-0 victors, we could see them join the ladies that are won.
A very good block there by Mbote Kamwa, the captain. Wonderful play from the
as I watched Mbote Kamwa here play, I remember how the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among calls him in Parliament.
Okay.
That guy is simply good. He's simply good. I've liked him. I want to say hi to him. I want to take a photo with him. I rarely do so. I rarely hope no Peter, but I want to take a picture with Honorable Mbote Kamwa.
Yeah, good play from Iyala. Very, very good play. This time round, Mbote Kamwa was beaten, and there was no one to actually cover him, but just love the way he's trying to command that play there. It's a service now for Iyala. Big ball in. Good play. Good serve. Big ball by the doctor, and they get themselves another point. Good play, really. It's Nicholas Kamara, doctor from Kabale Municipality. He's really doing well. The shot number 18. He has volleyball in his blood there, that one.
Yeah, we need to see some of these gentlemen inspiring the grassroots or the youth from wherever they represent.
Wait a moment. Honorable Basalirwa is here. He was very outstanding yesterday in the game of football, and he's trying to urge the boys on. He's becoming a coach of sorts. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, Basariwa is an amazing human being. He knows every sport, and he's rallying behind every team that Uganda is every team that Uganda is every game that Uganda is playing, and of course he's the chairman of the local organizing committee. No wonder.
Another point for Uganda. They are collecting that point. That was the umpire actually called that as point for Uganda. 12-4 is the scoreboard reading right about now, and it is going to be Mbote Kamwa to serve this one. Let's watch him. Will he go with a soft touch or will he go with a hard touch? It's hard. Crossing over, and he gets the point.
Yeah, I love the way Siranda is customaring in there. I think he's the customer for Team Uganda.
What did you say?
Like I told you earlier on, he will be the highway, and he could be one of the spies into the Iyala team playing right about now.
Well, I just love the English you brought in there. Customary. yeah, point here for Uganda right now. Free ball, it will be Mbwate Kamwa. Very outstanding volleyballer here. Not only does he make the noise in Parliament, but he also makes the noise here with his volleyball. Important noise, by the way, not in the bad way.
Literally, Mbwate Kamwa walks the talk.
Yeah, he is doing well. He has the height and the body for volleyball. You can see
now,
that.
all I need from Mbwate Kamwa is something very small. Start up a volleyball academy in Igara and probably promote talent.
Yeah.
That could be one of the best things they can do for the people of the Igara constituency.
Well, that is another point for Uganda. That's another point for Uganda. So that's something very, very good to actually witness that ever since Mbwate Kamwa took over the serving role, he has been collecting the subs. And Jethro. Jethro is here. He's basically the one in charge of referees in Uganda. Jethro is a presenter with Uganda Broadcasting Corporation. That man over there. And the other one with Specs, an international umpire in volleyball. Mbwate Kamwa to serve. Big service. Delivered really well, defended well by Iyala. It's pushed in really well. The cover is good. The doctor puts it back. And two go for that. Iyala trying to pounce and trying to utilize on the open player. Big serve! And a good one in. Very big spike in. Good one. Well, they're totally enjoying their game tonight. The Uganda Member of Parliament.
Yeah, sure. Team Uganda is having a very great performance.
Oh, here we go. We have now
the
introduced the libero in play. Oh, here we go. Libero time. Oh, what a spike that was.
Honorable Chivalia Henry is the libero player for Team Uganda.
Yeah, and the good thing about the Ugandan team is that you may not think that these guys are in the middle of an election. In a little under 40 days, they will be going to the ballot, and Ugandans will be deciding for us who they will return to Parliament. But please, whatever you are, return all these guys.
Yeah, no. One thing about sport is you have to put your mind away from the busy schedule and the stress of, conversing for votes here and there. And this is the best way. Come and play, remove the stress off, and when you actually go back after this, you go stronger and fitter. And never know, you could be even lucky.
We have an entire week of sport for the honorable members of parliament from the East African community, from the entire East African region. We have Rwanda, we have Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, and South Sudan. They are all in here, and they are all in Uganda. You can get to see the great performer right there, shot 9. Agao Silas.
Silas is out, and he has been replaced by a member of parliament from Moroto, Lorika Francis, has come in, and his first contribution is to show everybody that Karamoja has talent. He has just won a point here for Team Uganda.
I love the way you give Karamoja the flowers. It is really, really exciting right there.
Oh, I'm actually being reminded that Lorika was a tennis player. So in tennis he's good, and in volleyball he's serving. And on the other side, Iyala trying to go on the defense, and one back here. Oh, look at that check. Very, very good check. But Iyala is standing. Oh, two players going for the same ball. And that's a point given to Uganda. It's 20-5. John Barnes has been with the statistics. This set has been very poor for Iyala. Very, very poor.
Absolutely, they're poorest. I actually thought that after the second set they're going to step up a gear, but they have actually turned the heat lower. But like I said at the start, the Ugandan team simply knows when to punish.
And indeed they are punishing here. Lorika Francis, former tennis player. Big serve that is. And another point. He's having a good time ever since he came in. I think the coach knew exactly what he was doing. Bring the big servers last, and the big servers are really killing the game here.
Yeah, we've seen great serves from Mbwate Kamwa, and here comes Lorika Francis, shot 5, also giving us the best of serves. So I think Team Uganda has scooped more points from the serving more than the blocks. and this is also tactical. So great salutations to the coach, Rafi.
Lorica waiting to go with the big serve yet again, but there is a bit of a problem going on for the Yala members trying to organize themselves. Service coming in. Big one in by Lorica again. Olivier checking. Cut back. Brought back into play, and from the back was Mboate Kamwa. And he wins the points. He wins the points for Igara West. And that's something very, very good to follow. Currently, it is 23-5 from Moroto. Big service, Lorica. And he has won it again. Well, there you go. Big service coming through.
Lorica Francis, very outstanding. Ever since he joined the court, he's been one of those players that you feel have done it all for Team Uganda. And
just one.
We just have a few points.
Just one to go.
Just
one to go.
Just 1 point to the climax of the game. And the libero player has really been one that hasn't featured for very many minutes.
Now here comes Okello Peter. He has actually come in for the libero. Okello is back. Big service that was. Could it be game over? Oh yes, it is game over. It's done. 3-0. And the members of parliament from Uganda have done exactly what their ladies did, winning it also 3-0 against Rwanda.
Yeah, earlier on we had a fixture between Uganda up against Rwanda, and that was in the women's category, where we managed to see Team Uganda scooping a victory by 3-0, and they managed to win all the 3 sets. Here comes Team Uganda, and John Barnes has really been following up on whatever has been transpiring on the court. What really caught your eye?
I think they were inspired by their lady counterparts that obliterated Rwanda. And when you look from the women's game, you could see Honorable Helen Nakimuli, Honorable Kayaga Baroda, Honorable Sarah Nataisira. I think that's the name, Sarah, but Nataisira is the perfect one. They put up a great show. Then coming into the men's game, we were wondering, as we prepared for the men's game, who is going to light it up for us the way those 3 ladies actually did. Plus Ethel Naluima, she had a very, very solid game in that Uganda women's game against Rwanda. But then with Honorable Mboate Kamwa, the Koreans of this world, you could not doubt that Uganda has put up a stellar performance, not only winning the game, but also entertaining the fans. Football, sport worldwide is supposed to be enjoyed. And tell you what, those of us here and those of you watching at home, I'm sure you have enjoyed the game.
Yeah, it has really been exciting, and what we see right about now is a photo moment and a celebration for the players of Team Uganda and the fans. They are really having lots of joy. We are having another fixture that will be coming up later on in the day. But I think there will be some basketball.
Yeah, there's a couple of games still to come up. There's basketball meant to come up later in the day. Uganda will be playing South Sudan. That must be a big one, because South Sudan, in terms of basketball, are no pushovers. But in basketball women, there will be a Uganda versus Kenya game, and there's netball later in the day still, Kenya versus Uganda. But Uganda Broadcasting Corporation TV will not be showing you those games. We shall be back again for the East Africa Parliamentary Games tomorrow with athletics. Isn't it?
All right. Great performance from Team Uganda, and we call upon everybody that has some free time to come through and watch these games. Entrance is free. It's all about Pamoja. Tuko Pamoja. It's all about Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, East Africa, Rwanda. Talk about Burundi. Talk about South Sudan. They are all in Uganda, the host nation for the Inter-Parliamentary Games. The 15th edition is here, and come through, watch and enjoy.
Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. I have to admit that it was good having you guys here. I just remind you that the theme of this year's games is one region, one community, advancing integration through parliament and sport. That's a very, very good theme here tonight. John Barnes Sentamu, the theme has been wonderful this year round, trying to integrate, that is a sport and parliament. It's very good to actually see. So what does this mean for Ugandan volleyball right now as we sign out, John Barnes Sentamu?
Number one, it's a testimony that we are a great volleyball nation, because on top of the league, very good teams that play in different competitions, we've come up against Iyala. Yes, Iyala wasn't the strongest you'll find around the world, but tell you what, the things you see in a game, your team is playing, and you get happy that they're doing things that are supposed to be basic and doing them pretty well, but importantly, they're entertaining whoever is watching from home. But telling you a little about these East African Parliamentary Games is that The games are
yes, John
happened
Barnes.
annually over the past 15 years since the year 2000. These games have been happening. The 15th edition, this we are having here at various locations in Uganda. It's a couple of disciplines. Michael Sefman has told you there will be netball, there will be basketball, there will be volleyball, of course.
Yeah, there will be tug of war too.
Many others that we are taking part in. Honorable, the team from Uganda Broadcasting Corporation TV would love to hear from you about this particular game. What were the tactics that you employed to ensure that we shine?
Thank you very much. I'm Okeyo Peter, MP Bukoli Islands in Amaingo District, Busoga Sub-Region. I play volleyball. I want to say that Ugandan volleyball team has prepared. For entire year we have been training from Monday to Friday. So no wonder we posted these good results. It is out of training, discipline and hard work that has given us this win. And we are determined to make sure that we take this trophy. This trophy has eluded us for the last 4 years. This year is ours as the Uganda Parliamentary volleyball team.
Who do you think is going to be the biggest opponent for you as you seek to win the championship?
Well, it is always Kenya. It is always Kenya, and we expect a lot of resistance from Kenya. But all the same, we are determined to beat them. We are determined to beat Kenya and retain the trophy in Uganda.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Let's talk to Honorable Mbwatekama, who's been immense. Many Ugandans out there have heard this name, Mbwatekama, time and again, but here he comes to you. He's a man, not very tall, but he's immense when it comes to the sport of volleyball. Honorable, a great game you've had. First, tell Ugandans, what's your history in the game of volleyball?
My history is deep-rooted in high school, where I've been the best spiker ever. So it's not news that we are playing, but of course at this level matches we are edged, because I'm at 4th floor. You can see we are still resilient, and with our coaches we know we are going to win. We are sure of this game and we are sure of taking the trophy.
Yeah, this trophy is one of those that has eluded Uganda despite its dominance over the 15 years that the East African Parliamentary Games have happened. Which plan do you have especially against teams like Kenya?
No, of course, we've been playing with them. What I need to tell you that previously we've not been having a team of setters, because in volleyball it's all about reception and then the setter sets and you spike. So we have the best setters, now we have 2. So it is going to bring a difference. They shouldn't even take us for granted. Not only Kenya, we are ready to hammer like anyone job.
Talk to Ugandans about whether they've got to come down here and support you. Do you need the fans?
Why not? We need them. When we are in other countries, there people come and support in masses. But here in Uganda, I don't know if they don't know volleyball or they are disinterested. But we are inviting them, come and watch, enjoy, and have fun.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mbwatekama. I think to me, you've been the man of the match. That is Honorable Mbwatekama. I think he had a great game.
The libero player of the day. Here comes the libero player of the day. Honorable, congratulations first of all.
It's a pleasure.
How ready were you for these games?
We have been preparing. You see, what went in people's minds was that because we are in campaigns, people knew we were not training and we are not ready, and every team was going to beat us. Even in the previous meetings, all these other colleagues were telling us that this was the only time they had to beat Uganda in all the games. But we wanted to show them. Last year when we were in Mombasa, we lost it to Iyala. So we wanted to show, you see, Iyala played the game and refused to field the other games and decided to only field the few where they wanted to win. So we wanted to beat Iyala first so that we prepare for Kenya and South Sudan and Rwanda if it's ready, because we are ready to beat every team irrespective of our being in campaigns.
Honorable Shivalia, we've seen you giving us great performances on the court as a team. How ready are you to finance being the voice for the sports in Uganda? How ready are you to finance a sport, also volleyball, to make sure that it is promoted from the grassroots up to the senior level?
Whenever we come for training, because the volleyball team for Uganda trains from Lugogo, whenever we come, we ask these people of National Council of Sports and everybody who is in charge to take this advantage, because this time is when they have the best opportunity to promote sports. Why? The wife to the president of FUFA is the speaker. The president of FUFA is an MOP. We have goodwill for sports in this country now and in the parliament. So this is the time anybody who is in charge of any discipline as far as sports is concerned to take advantage, so that every sport we are given money and we pass the money that they want. We don't want anybody to take advantage or to use any loophole to say they have not given us money. That is why we are using this window, but they are going to break it. We gave them money to break it and build a modern arena. So in this parliament now, every member of parliament is ready. You saw the bus we donated to Uganda Cranes. So we are ready to promote volleyball, and we are calling upon anybody, anyone who is in charge of volleyball anywhere, take advantage of what we have now. You approach us so that we make sure volleyball is promoted from the grassroots.
All right, thank you very much, Honorable Chivalia. Thank you for coming through, and we wish you all the best in the entire championship. That is Honorable Chivalia for you. How are you, young man?
Fine.
Say hello to people watching you on your business.
Hello.
All right, these are some of the fans that came through to watch the games, and with me right here is a gentleman from Team Iyala, Honorable Machano. Hello, welcome to Uganda.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
What really made you come with a very poor performance on this big day?
Thank you so much. My name is Machano Ali Machano. I'm member for East African Legislative Assembly from United Republic of Tanzania. I'm also co-chair of the joint planning committee for this tournament. Actually, I just want to talk the reality of this tournament. We are not competing actually. We just make this competition as the means of improving our integrations. As you know that this community has got a number of objectives and goals. So many people that don't know the meaning of East African community. So by being in Kampala today, many people that can ask themselves, why those people are here? We are here to tell the people of Kampala and Uganda as well that there is this community called the East African community, whereby partner states need to be benefited from the community in different aspects according to the treaty for the establishment of this community. So poor performance of my team. Actually, we observed that we didn't have teamwork. We didn't get opportunity having training together. You can see that players are capable of playing, but they missed collaboration among themselves. So that is the only weakness we have. Maybe for the next competition we are going to do well. But all in all, we came here, we have participated. That's why I can say that I congratulate my team that we managed to appear to the pitch.
I love the fact that you performed very well in set number 2. So I will be waiting to see you coming for other disciplines. Are you taking part in only volleyball as Honorable Machano, or you'll also feature in other disciplines?
I'm also doing athletics. So tomorrow we are going to have athletics, 100 meter and also 100 by 4.
I'll be out there to see you.
So much.
Thank you for coming to Uganda. Thank you very much. Here comes Coach Rafi, the man that has been behind the success of Team Uganda in volleyball. That is in the women's category earlier today and in the men's category. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for making sure that the gentlemen from Parliament have executed the best of sport on the ground. How easy was it for you to make sure that you get the best out of this gentleman?
We decided to go for basic volleyball, simplicity and commitment on every ball. We did not want to play a very complicated game. We kept our game simple. As long as we are scoring, that was enough for us to win.
How did you find out that players like Honorable Mboatekamwa, players like Honorable Oketo, who are good in that kind of sport? Because I saw them walking the talk on the court.
We've been training for some time, although that it's an election season, but we kept identifying talents some 2 years back, and we kept working on that.
Coach, what is your plan for the upcoming fixtures? Because I know it is going to be a tight week Do you see Uganda with this kind of performance we've come through with in the first fixture? Do you see Uganda walking away triumphant? And what is your plan for the forthcoming fixture?
We cannot underestimate any team. Everyone has come to get a win. But being at home, we have a big advantage over most of the teams. So we need to keep the trophy home.
All right. That is the coach for you. That is Coach Rafi Bachu. He's been the head coach of the volleyball squad. That is in the women's category, and the coach for the volleyball squad in the men's category. I think we need to also introduce the big man who's been behind the microphone, Peter Otai.
What's up, Senfuma?
I also want you to take over and say hello to some of the ladies that featured earlier, and also probably talk to the fans.
Hey, before I begin the fans, let me begin with John Barnes Sentamo here. How was everything today, John?
I think I really enjoyed it. I didn't expect this kind of quality from the Ugandan team, especially. You see real volleyball. They're not gambling. They are, despite the age, like Botekama said, despite the being 40 plus, they still have the basics that volleyball is supposed to be played at, and that is very, very impressive. And it's the reason as to why I think many Ugandans out there need to come down and watch these guys. There's no harm in it, irrespective of which political party you affiliate to, because we've seen guys here play for teams and they are loyal to each other and the team, and are playing for the team ahead of the politics in the country.
All right. Well, unfortunately, we are running out of time here. We are supposed to be going for the second game of the night. That is, of course, basketball. That's where we shall be going. The ladies of Uganda, the honorable MPs, are getting themselves gearing up here. But I have one man that I wanted to actually have a one-on-one talk with, and that's none other than Byaruhanga, who is actually donning on a Uganda Cranes flag right now. He will be my final person to actually talk to here. Come here, Byaruhanga. How are you, Byaruhanga?
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
Now, for me, I know you in football, Uganda Cranes, Sports Club Vida, Kampala Queensy. Now you have come to members of parliament. Hey, how is it?
It's fine. Always I support the member of parliament, because I've been in Nairobi. I've been in Rwanda. Hey. So even here, at home. Yes. So I support the parliamentary games. Yes. So yes, it's very nice, and to host the parliamentary games in Uganda is very nice. So please, fans, you have to come to support the member of parliament. Yes. That is nice. So number one support Byaruhanga. Okay. Very nice.
Byaruhanga, very nice. Thank you very much. Let me crown it up with member of parliament over here. Good afternoon, Honorable.
Yeah, good afternoon.
How are you today?
I'm okay.
Honorable who?
Nantongo Fortunate Rose, the woman MP Chotera district.
Chotera. So Chotera, stand up. I am Nzamuina. So let me say, how has everything been so far?
The game was nice. Today we started with volleyball women. I'm on the volleyball women team. Our volleyball men have played and we have won all the games 3-0. So we thank God, because it wasn't an easy game, but we were well prepared. Yes. Amidst the election and everything, we have managed to show up and managed to win for Uganda.
I'm going to ask you a very tricky one here. What is your plan for Chotera in terms of sport?
Chotera, mostly we organize tournaments. We organize the football tournaments and the netball tournaments mainly. Yes. And we do them each and every year for each and every parish. Yes. So we are building the sport. It's going to be more massive next time because they are sure that now we can make it. Yeah.
So, Honorable, thank you very much. What do you have for those in Chotera? Makubem. Honorable, how are you today?
I'm good.
Welcome to the national broadcaster. How is your performance so far in terms of Kenya?
Kenya, we are doing very well. Always, we normally do well. But you know, Ugandans are our sisters and brothers. Yes. And so when we come here, we are still back at home. Yes. And we would wish to win. Yes. That is what we came here to do. We want to win. Yes. But either way, we are winners. All right. They win, we are winners. We win, they are winners.
All right.
Yeah, it's a
Your name is?
My name is Honorable Zamzam Chimba Muhammad, Mombasa County.
Mombasa County. Mombasa hosted the last edition. Was it Mombasa?
It was Mombasa. Yes. The Kenyan edition was in Mombasa. It was in my county. So I was hosting here again.
I see a fellow Honorable peeping on the side over there.
She's my best fellow, my best.
Let me bring Honorable. How are you?
I am fine. I'm your neighbor from Busia County.
Busia County, just here.
Yes. So I've come here to make sure that our friendship is demonstrated through the games. We must keep healthy. Yes. We must keep bonding, networking, and we make sure that as we play, we think of how better we can serve our people.
Asante sana.
Asante.
Yeah, there we go. And finally, Honorable. The man, I'm told you used to play tennis before.
Yes, lawn tennis.
One of your colleagues in Dinchibirike told me that you used to have those overhead serves, and that's why you're very good at the spiking.
Yes.
How was your performance? Really rate Uganda's performance today.
No, we performed very well, extremely well. Especially, it's normally difficult to start. The first games are normally difficult. Yes, but we played very well. Yes.
Okay.
We won all the games. The ladies won their game, and then we also won ours. 3 sets straight. Yeah, so we played.
Honorable is from Moroto, right?
Yes, Moroto Municipality.
I want you to look at that camera and give a big shout out for the people in Moroto.
Yes, I want to salute my people of Moroto Municipality.
I want to go local. Local. Don't put English here now.
Okay, no problem.
Local.
Yes. Matada adang ito alu Moroto Municipality. Kamala tayo adang ayado me Francis Lorika MP ko alu municipality. Matang takad mo jong adang yakadane aboli ang gemalu kula East African Parliamentary Games. Yakade kaboli volleyball. Wininga the game ono. So aboli volleyball, aboli basketball dang apedi pradang. So alaka na no kamala tayo. Akamine adang ito alu Moroto Municipality.
Yala manoi. Yalama. Well, there we go. So we are done for now. Let's meet again tomorrow, and that will be at the Nelson Mandela Stadium Annex. We shall be going for athletics from as early as 8 a.m. in the morning. We will be there as the national broadcaster to make sure that you get every feel of the Inter-Parliamentary Games this year around. The 15th edition, while it's still just going on well, yesterday Uganda football team got the best of Burundi by beating them by 4 goals to 1. Until tomorrow, we sign out. Bye-bye.